Hey guys, welcome back to Friction Grand Rapids. Coach Bobby, and today we're going to talk about the shoulder press. So one of the biggest things that the shoulder press is going to help us benefit our fitness with is developing our strength and flexibility through that overhead range of motion. Another benefit of training the shoulder press is that the overhead position is going to challenge the anterior core, the abdominal muscles, more than any other position. And then the shoulder press is going to be foundational to other more complex movement patterns like the push press, the push jerk, the split jerk. And lastly, small improvements in the shoulder press are going to yield massive improvements in any other upper body movement. All right, so when we get set up for the shoulder press, first thing we're gonna do is get an even grip on the bar. Hands should be just outside of the shoulders. We're gonna dip under, swing the elbows just in front of the bar, have that weight resting on the shoulder. We're gonna stand it out of the rack. We're gonna take two big steps out, make sure we're clear and safe from any position with the rack. And to set up for this movement, the first thing we're gonna do is actually start with our feet. We're gonna make sure our heels are rooted into the ground, directly underneath our hips. From there, we're gonna squeeze all the lower body musculature, the muscles on the front of our legs, our quads, our hamstring muscles in the back, our glutes, and then we're gonna tighten up our abdominal muscles. So it should feel like you're holding a really tight plank position. And then as we move up the body, we wanna tighten the upper body pulling muscles, the lat muscle behind the shoulder and underneath it, the bicep muscle. You can see that Trina's shaking a little bit. She has so much tension developed. And then she's gonna squeeze the bar to get a lot of tension through the wrist to make sure that area is supported. All right, so now that Trina's gone through all the steps of getting her body ready to execute a shoulder press and she's ready to move, the first action in the shoulder press is that she's gonna pull her head back. And then she's gonna press that bar through that space. And when it passes her head, she's gonna push her head forward and then pull her chest over top of her hips. So we're in the overhead position and we're finishing the movement. What we're really looking for here is that the elbows are fully locked out. That bar is directly overhead, so we should have that bar over the elbow, which is over the shoulder, over the hip, and then over the middle of the foot. And then lastly, that wrist position should just be slightly extended in the finish position for good wrist support. Awkwardly slow. So now when we're returning the bar back, what we want to focus on is bringing the elbows forward first, tightening up the biceps and the lats so they're ready for the next rep, and then pulling the head out of the way so we can return back to the shoulder and execute another rep. Now that you know how to shoulder press, I hope it's helpful in developing that overhead strength and flexibility and yields big improvements in your fitness in the long term. If you want more tips on how to move better, introduce new movements into your fitness routine, like and subscribe. If you want to get some more in-person coaching and get hands-on and eyes on how you're moving, check out our website, frictiongrandrapids.com, and schedule an intro.